Hello and welcome to Low Ink August 2024. I am Serena and I am here with Pat.
Hello, it's such a pleasure to be here. It's Slow Ink every month. It's one of the biggest tournaments that we have, and I can't wait to see these teams play against each other, show us what they can do, and try to get banned.
Yeah, and we're starting this off with Last Squid standing versus Metaphobic. Very excited to see the teams here and what they pull out.
Yeah, special shout outs to Last Squid Standing, who just very recently won Looty, the Div 8A of Looty. So congratulations to them. They're in winning mode right now. So let's see if they're able to keep winning, get a bit more in terms of power. Metaphobic, I believe they are a pickup. I don't know them that well, so we'll see if they're able to counter the power of Looty champions.
Yeah, and as the name suggests, I presume they do not play meta weapons. So I'm interested to see what comps come out here. And if I'm not wrong, game one will be on Splat Zones on Mako Mart.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts on this map, Pat?
It's honestly, there is no better way to start a low ink tournament. This map mode has been a defining map mode of low ink. When you have to do a best of one to do a tiebreaker in low ink, that's on this map mode. That's how much this map is valued by our tournament organizers and by players as well. There's so many different strategies that can work in here, especially if you have a carbon border ceiling on the side of Last Squid Standing, bringing the carbon and making sure that you have to watch for every ledge. And that's a pretty strong opening by the Last Squids, already getting 2 splats.
Yeah, and we see, as the name suggests, a very interesting non-meta comp coming out from Metaphobic, a big swig here, to try and help with paint. Maybe that can help with these ledges that the carbon will be talking down so well. But if this Viper is able to kill them, they can't do much about that.
Right now, that Viper Ares is looking to get onto the zone as Metaphobic is still struggling to push forward. All of the Last Squids are defending incredibly hard already. Just 30 points left as Last Squid is desperately trying to draw onto the map. Gray with the zap trying to get in. Ares with the Viper also around. The control is gotten and the Last Squid Standing are still around the zone, but not enough. It's going to be a flip of the zone by Metaphobic, who are still in this game. Now it's their turn to really establish that defense, paint around, and make sure that no one can get to the zone, Serena.
Yeah, and but with that pick on the Charger, that pick on the Viper, pick on the Zap, so many members going down on the side of Metaphobic. Last Squid Standing will be able to retake that zone, and now Metaphobic on the back foot, trying to find a way back in.
Yeah, Metaphobic, they've had difficulty pushing. They really need all their specials to have their fights go their way. A big swig is good when it's in position, but it's bad in a fight. It's bad to push, and right now Cotton with the Viper finishing left and right. As I say, that 2 down on to the Last Squid Standing. Metaphobic are still in this game, and with the strikes, they should get very, very nice control right here.
Yes, and with this Charger positioning right onto this stack here, they will be able to control a lot of space. The Crab comes out to try and move them, so does the Hammer, and 2 will go down on the side of Metaphobic. And with that, Last Squid Standing will retake the zone yet again.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth right now between these teams. It looks like Metaphobic is still in this game trying to get in. And that Viper is doing a lot of work in, but the big swig is constantly punished. As the Last Squid Standing are true to their name, still standing onto the map. They don't have any penalty left, Serena. They are looking at a KO right now.
Yeah, and with this crab coming out, it does not seem like Metaphobic will find a way back in, and Last Squid Standing will take game one here.
Mhm. Yep.
Was a
It. Mhm.
was a very close match, but unfortunately, Last Squid Standing was just shutting out Metaphobic so many times, retaking the zone so many times that Metaphobic could not really do much, and then they lost.
Yeah, I feel like Last Squid Standing were a bit better at coming back onto the zone, at getting a bit more control. As Metaphobic, they had the fight in them. They were able to stay onto the map, to stay to keep the fight active and get back in, but they were always a bit slower to get onto the zone, a bit slower to get control back over the map. And Last Squid Standing made more and more points throughout the game thanks to that. As we are going on to our next map, Clan Blitz on Museum, there's going to be need on the side of Metaphobic to find a way to get back in, to find a way to stay in that fight. Because if you are stuck on your platform on this map, you are in trouble.
Yeah, and with the Big Swig pick here, I don't know if they will be sticking it. However, that pick, the rain will be a very valuable tool to help push back in against on this map where being able to move people out of their own plat is very important. So this could be a bit more advantageous for Metaphobic, but we will see.
Yeah, I'm going to be fully honest. I don't know how Big Swig plays in competitive. You almost never see a good Big Swig play in tournaments, so I'm really looking forward to see Metaphobic being able to play the game they want to play on a wider map as this one. They will have more opportunities to show what they can do, as Clan Blitz also allows you to really benefit from having a lot of paint. On the side of Last Squid Standing, they bring the pencil. Meanwhile, Metaphobic brings the editor, and well, no more Big Swig. That's an undercover umbrella with 4 mains of special sub power up to have these ultra powerful ink mines.
I have played undercover player like that before in solo in like just solo games, and if I'm not wrong, the detection like radius for like how big the area is that you can get spotted by the mine is about the size of an ink strike. So it's gonna be really hard for this carbon to play here if they can't get rid of this undercover.
I mean, right now that undercover is going to need to fight Clover, activating the Kraken, looking to get in there, not finding much of a splat. Right now it is punished, and all of Metaphobic is still fighting for mid. Both teams are struggling to really establish any control. They have so many different weapons that have their own playstyle. That undercover Brella is going to get punished a bit too eager, but both teams lost 2 players there. The Crab Tank on the side of Last Squids is going to get a lot of control, but there's still a wiper behind you activating the hammer. Very nice counter, but still no push on either side. Both teams constantly maintaining the fight. As I say that, Serena, that is 3 down onto the Last Squid. Metaphobic get a push.
Yeah, and with this reslider, they're looking to make something happen, but the reslider will go down, the ball will go down, and they will not be able to score, and they will end up forced back onto their plat, going 3 down.
And it's the turn of the Last Squids to have the control over mid, to prepare the next push. They have the clans at the ready right now, and they have 3 players down. It's just the editor to defend the pencil with the ball. Is going to try to jump in. They open the basket, and 2 minutes into the game, we get 2 super clans in there. That's a good opening push. They're looking to get a third, but it's well defended by Metaphobic. Metaphobic not getting too much damage onto them right now, but now they need a push. They need to get the clans and get forward.
Yeah, and with this undercover going down, they will not have Reslider to
Mm.
clear out the enemy plat. The splat or no carbon will be able to rush in and just cause some damage there, but
Mhm.
the Wiper is able to keep them at bay just for a bit, and it goes back to just a tussle for mid.
Back to that fight that has defined the game so far. Both teams fighting, so much free specials ready for Metaphobic, but they are dropping like flies right now. Arctan looking to get in with the undercover, gets punished before activating the Reef Slider, and now all of the map is yellow as the last Squid standing are trying to find a way onto the basket. Again, the hammer is going to pave the way for the rest of the team. Hero getting in there, and that's another break onto the basket.
Yeah, and with that power clamp, they're going to push their score down past 40, and now numbers are starting to get really low. It's going to be really hard for Metaphobic to get this lead back, and with the dualies going down there, they won't even have a crab to help push back in.
Yeah, last Squid standing, still very much in control of the platform, getting splat after splat. The Super Clam is going to reopen the basket. We are in the last minute, and last Squid standing are looking to get the victory. They're already up 1-0, and they want to seal the deal right here. 3 down onto Metaphobic. Last Squid standing, showing how you win. Ludi, that's going to be game for them.
Yeah, and 2 games up now. That is, it's looking really rough for Metaphobic. Um, but if I'm not wrong, I think it is a play all three.
Yep.
Yes, it is a play all three set, so we can see Metaphobic have one last chance to take a game here. And now, if I'm not wrong, the next map will be actually I don't remember what it is.
It's Tower Controlling Blood.
Power Control. Going
Yep.
to be a very interesting map for both of these teams. And again, we keep seeing these interesting, odd developments in Metaphobic's comp every single time. So now we're just curious as to see what Arcton will pull out this time. Pulling out the big swig the first time, pulling out the undercover Brella. Now on this map, I'm honestly expecting a Clash Blaster at this point.
I mean, if you look at Metaphobic's logo, there's a Clash Blaster on them. There's a Clash Blaster on Metaphobic's logo. It's Tower Control. If there's no Clash Blaster coming, I would be surprised at this point. That's what they want to play. I mean, very nice answers by the last Squid standing, really adapting to these absolutely weird curveballs that Metaphobic is throwing. They are adapting. I can't wait to see what Metaphobic is going to do right there, because they have to keep switching up their game if they want to stop last Squid standing.
Yeah, and the Metaphobic strategy I'm seeing of throwing the enemy into very new situations is going to work really well here, especially because who's ever fought against the Clash Blaster? That weapon rarely gets used anymore, so it's going to be really hard.
Yep, here we can see the logo in its full glory. Thank you, Inky.
Yes, thank
That's
you very
Metaphobic.
much. That is the team that we are spectating right now. This wonderful, wonderful team we're seeing. They've already played Big Swig, so all that's left here to do is to play Clash Blaster.
I mean, I guess that's the plan, and especially on Inkblot. Tower control is good for any blaster. Inkblot has so many ledges, so many corners, where a good Clash Blaster can honestly get a lot of results. There are lots of different ways to surprise your opponent in there, but let's see. Last Squid standing, probably not going to change much. Oh, they bring a heavy edit to provide the tacticulars. On the other side, it's a vanilla Tri-Slusher to give the Inkjets for Metaphobic. A bit more meta for them, but still also very much unexpected.
Yeah, I think still odd, but something more normal. A bit shocked again to not see the Class Blaster, but the Tri-Saucer pick is proving itself right now, finding 3 members,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's just the Carbon left to defend themselves, and they too will go down, and that means that Metaphobic is going to be able to push this.
Yeah, Metaphobic able to punish the overconfidence on the side of the last withstanding. Last withstanding answering before the push can proceed and getting 2 down. They're gonna get on the tower. They're gonna move the tower to the first checkpoint with the tactical active. Oh, Metaphobic is throwing the strikes to delay things, to set up their defense. As I say that, last withstanding getting the checkpoint.
Yeah, and now with the Wiper being able to move up here with his hammer, I don't know if this Charger will be able to find picks. They're forced to jump out, and now Metaphobic Last Good Standing passing that second checkpoint, passing the 30 mark. It's looking really dangerous.
Yeah, last withstanding, keeping on with the dominance, keeping on with the formula that works as Metaphobic is defending as much as they can. The final checkpoint is broken. Metaphobic throwing themselves at the tower, able to get a few, but not enough. That's going to be game, set, and match for last withstanding. A very clean 3-0.
Yeah, and that was very entertaining to see. We saw the Tri-Slosher proving itself early on, but just wasn't enough in the end to hold off this relentless comp with a Wiper and a Carbon constantly running at you. And in the end, Cooler was able to win. Meta did in fact win in the end.